On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now. It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 101, recorded live on May 12th, 2016. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And I'm Andrew Zarian. You can find me at GFQNetwork.com.
Yeah, so guys, go check him out because, no joke, I'm 20 years old now, and I have been watching Andrew since I was 13, which is like the weirdest thing ever. And I'm actually, I know it's like, people always say, oh, it's not a big deal. But like, I'm kind of nervous right now because I learned a lot of things from you being like the broadcaster. And I mean, look at Tom, go full shot on him. Look at behind him. Look how beautiful that is. Like, that is everything I've always wanted. I mean, everything just seems to work so flawlessly there. And
let me tell you, Matt, I look at your setup. I'm like, holy cow, this thing looks great. So,
hey, well, now you know where I get some inspiration.
You know what we should do a studio swap one time because you're here in New York.
Yeah.
You come here, you do your show here, and I could come to your place and do your show at your place.
That would be awesome. I mean, the quality probably wouldn't be as good here, but that would be awesome to do, actually, because you're really not that far. So we'll look into that. Maybe we'll do some cool
By the
little
way, you saying that you started watching me at 13, first of all, I'm sorry, because it was a disaster back then. You probably found me on Stickum, out of all places, right?
Yeah, I think it was Stickum, yeah.
Yeah. But it really means a lot that you continue watching, and I've influenced a whole generation of degenerates.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, This is all like you and Chris Perillo and Leo Laporte and all those people were a big part of my childhood, which is funny because I did like podcasts and oh my God, I've done so many terrible things. But anyways, so yeah, guys, basically I'm just saying go check them out. Awesome content, especially all the tech stuff that you do, Tech News Weekly and all that. So go check it out. But without further ado, let's hop into the setups. And by the way, if you haven't seen episode 100, it went live today. So make sure you check that out. But without further ado, first setup of the day submitted by Malek. Malek here, he said, I really like my setup. It's a great place to chill, relax, do work, video editing, things like that. And he's been watching for 5 months and he loves my content. So taking a look at these photos, how old do you think he is?
Malek, I would say 20 years old. 20
years old, really? You think he's 20?
Maybe he's younger, but it's I like the setup. It's very mature.
Yeah, he's only 13.
Wow.
Yeah, so that definitely, like, when I saw his age, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's clean. It's really, really nice. Definitely, like, he puts a little bit of personality into it, but at the same time, he's got, like, the fake plant and the little workstation to do his homework and whatnot. And it really, like you said, it's mature. And I think for 13, it's very clean, which is not something we normally see. So if this was your setup, what would be the first thing you change about it?
If this was mine, I don't like the light blue. I do like the wall with the Batman, I guess animation, or I can't really see what it is, but I like that a lot. I'm not crazy about the tire on the other wall if I was to nitpick from it. Yeah. But I mean, overall, it's a great setup. It's really clean, and I'm really impressed. He's 13.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything down to the little, what are those things? Binder clips on the side of the desk for his headphones. Yeah. Really cheap and effective way to keep your headphones out of sight, out of mind. The laptop and all that's placed nicely under the monitor stand. Looks like a really nice desk too, which is always a plus. And I like seeing desks that aren't IKEA because it is the new trend. Everybody has an IKEA desk, you know?
Yeah. And you know, they kind of look good for about a week and a half, and then they kind of fall apart with the IKEA stuff. Yeah. Talking about desks, my desk, I've had this thing for like, 15 years now. So I'm at the point that I need to just dump this thing and just get a new one.
Yeah, that's
the only reason why I'm using it. I'm using it because it kind of fits the room. This is a tiny room that I'm in, but...
I mean, you can see it works.
Really goes a long way.
The one thing though, the problem with that desk, although it looks great, is it doesn't match up with the side piece. Which again, it's a great setup, but we're gonna critique it. And that's the first thing I noticed is I'm pretty sure that's just an IKEA tabletop to the left. So you need to kind of figure out maybe a better way of connecting it. Maybe put like a corner piece that will be like a little dresser that has drawers to kind of fill that empty space. Otherwise, it just looks awkward and just oddly placed. So those are like the few things that I would say, but for the most part you really tied it all in, and I like that he vacuumed the floor. Now that is something that 13-year-olds, they don't know how to do anything nowadays, so props on that. But for the most part it is such a simple, straight to the point setup that I don't have much else to say unless you have like final thoughts.
I'm feeling the Maple Leafs garbage can.
Yep.
That's the guy. No, I think it's a great thing. The lights in the back, we're all doing this now, right? We're all crazy about those those LEDs. A lot of times you see them and they're kind of exposed. People just put them in. I like the fact that it's hidden. It's just hidden in the back and it's not overwhelming in the shot. Yeah, I agree. And it's funny because speaking of that, the next setup, same kind of thing with the LEDs, and we'll get to that in a second, but I just have to quickly make a little like disclaimer. When you send an email, you don't send all of the content in the subject. Like, you don't say, "Hi, my name's Brandon. I'm an avid gamer, blah, blah, blah." No, you type it in the actual email box. I can't tell you how many people have been doing this lately. Brandon, the next person, this setup, literally wrote his whole email in the subject line. So, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. His age kind of explains it, but still, I thought it was great that they lined up like this because guess how old Brandon is based on the photos?
Well, since you said his age kind of shows, I'm going to go with 14.
He's 13. So
another 13.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And look at the difference, Tom. Go back to the last photo. I mean, you see that's a 13-year-old, and then you go to the next photo, and that's 13-year-old. And they're very, very different. So straight up, what are your initial thoughts on this setup?
There's a lot happening, right? There's a lot going on. A lot of colors. It's just a lot of things on this desk that I would not necessarily do. I think the desk is cool. Yeah. I do think that the wood, the shelves on the bottom are put in wrong. They're put in backwards.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to see the bare side.
But the power cable, there's a lot of potential with this shot, but not what I would necessarily go for.
Yeah, it kind of includes a little bit of him being really young with those like colorful little baskets on the right side. And it looks like that little stool is what little kids use when they're learning to drop their little kids off at the pool. So it's like, I mean, it's like a mix of really old stuff like the printer to some stuff that's a little more mature. I mean, that dual monitor setup is really, really nice. But for the most part, I'm just confused, and I think there's way too much going on here. You definitely need to get rid of some stuff. And you know what? This does look more like a 13-year-old setup. So I'm not like...
Yeah, but you know what, though? I think it's easily fixed. I mean,
for sure.
Like, literally, you just take the Kleenex and the coffee off the table, hide some of these wires, flip the panel, the wood shelf around, take the garbage can away, and you could have like a really clean and awesome shot. And I see that he has something on the corner. I can't really tell what it is though.
The thing on the left side?
Yeah, what is that?
I have no idea. I mean,
if you want like the tchotchkes, there's like some tchotchkes on this thing.
Yeah,
you could do that, and it would look awesome. Just clean it up, or get like a little side table, put the printer on there, put the phone on there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like the little car and things like that, that works. That's fine. Leave that
Absolutely.
there. But definitely agree. The left side, you can see all the cables are kind of chilling over there. But for the most part, your cable management's pretty damn good. I would put the power strip on the opposite side. That's one of the benefits of having a desk that comes down that far. But for the most part, it is really clean. You're right. It's not going to take that much work to fix it. So I definitely think with a little bit of cleaning up, it'll look better. And also, when you're taking a photo for Pimp My Setup, don't leave your headphones with the cord wrapped all the way through. Like, unplug it or something, It is about presentation here, and that one cable, since it is colored, it kind of just sticks out. So for the most part, like I said, great setup. And like Andrew said, it won't take much to take it to the next level. And it doesn't matter. People in chat are like, he's got a crappy, pre-built Dell. Like, why do you even need that?
Okay,
like, dude, look, he's got dual monitors. So obviously it's capable of pushing something. So for the most part, great setup. Just a couple things you need to work on. What do you think of those curtains?
Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm
Not
on
a
the
fan
same
of the
page.
curtains.
Yeah, and then
You know, when he's 13, he didn't buy them. You know.
yeah, he's still and it shows that he still has a little bit of like his kid
cool.
side. And that, I mean, the last setup.
When I was 13, you know what kind of computers we had? I had a giant compact Pisario that was like yellow.
Oh my god!
Like that beige that turns yellow. I had this horrible we didn't have dual monitor. I had a 17-inch CRT, and I thought I was the greatest. I had the greatest setup ever.
Yeah, well, and that's what's crazy. You know, people, they still want to complain like, look at this kid, he's only got dual monitors. It's like, he's 13, you know, he's not even in high school yet. So people are crazy. But all right, let's go to the next setup. This one, his name's it's Eoin, and he said it's pronounced Owen. So interesting.
Owen.
Yeah, didn't know that. He's from Dublin, Ireland. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything that will give away his age. Nope, just him explaining stuff. So, based on the photos, how old do you think he is?
I would say 17.
17? Well,
yeah.
It's funny you say that because
he's 46.
Yes, actually 47 to be exact. No, he's 17. He really is. Yeah. So you got that right. And what gave it away for you that he was 17?
The blue snowball.
Ah.
Do you know how much I hate that microphone?
Oh my! We have so much in common. I get so much hate for hating it.
Let me tell you something. If you have one right now, take it and throw it in the trash.
What are your thoughts on the Blue Yeti?
I hate all those mics.
Okay, good.
Hate the Yeti. They're cute mics, but they're not good mics.
Yeah, and I mean you can they're not the Blue Yeti's decent, but for the money you get something way better. And that's what it makes me angry, and I always get hate for hating it. But I'm glad.
Oh God, they're monsters. Those microphones,
and that's coming from someone that knows what they're talking about. So
listen, I had a Blue Yeti. I know. I had a blue snowball. My first mic was a blue snowball. I know. I got it.
Okay, there you go. So what do you think about the rest of the setup with the contrasty black and white?
Oh, dude, I love it. Mm-hmm. I really like this. I mean, this is it's super simple, super clean. There's nothing that's kind of out of the ordinary in the shot. I'm a big fan of framing posters. Mm-hmm. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Guys, if you have posters, just get a cheap $10 frame and just frame the thing. It really ups the maturity level. But I think it's great. It's super clean, which I love.
Yeah. You know, me being me, I always like to nitpick. You see the little cable on the left side. Yes. And it's like, come on, dude. Even if it won't stay, get Scotch tape and just boom. Keep it on the back of the monitor. But I like that monitor stand. It's really clean. And I have to give you props for making everything align so perfectly, because I say it all the time. People, they can't always get their monitor mounts to work properly. And normally they're overlapped or one's lower than the other. And that looks slick. And the thin bezels, it's a really nice setup. I like the IKEA combination here. You have tons of storage, which is why we don't see a ton of crap just chilling on your desk. I'm always about the extended mouse pads. I think especially when you're on an IKEA desk, because it is such a cheap piece of particle board. You don't want to ruin the top. So if you want, get an extended mouse pad. That's always a good idea. I like the Xbox there. The speakers, interesting, nice and small, compact. They work perfectly. Yeah. But really, it's just it's such a simple setup. There's not really
nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot to critique. I mean, microphone, you could always use an upgrade there. But
and I see in the chat there's a whole thing happening. The ATR 2100 is my go-to microphone if you want to spend under $100. I think it was $38 to $50 depending on the week. Mm-hmm. And it's a dynamic mic. It's phenomenal. I know a lot of people are now asking which mic to get.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. I say the what was it, the AT2005? Is that basically the same thing?
AT2005, yeah, it's the same exact thing. It's just it's a black microphone. The other one's silver.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go, guys. Because trust me, that's the one question I get a million times a day.
Hey, listen, if you don't have money, you don't have to spend $100. Mm-hmm. If you have money, then obviously there's better mics out there. But if you don't have the money, you don't want to spend the money. Spend $50 and just get it.
And that's the best part. It's XLR and USB, so you don't need a mixer or anything like that. But okay, let's go to the next setup. This one is submitted by, I'm just gonna go for Artem, I guess. Artem.
Yeah, it's Artem.
Artem. Let's go for Artem. So Artem, he's a student in high school. This is where he does all of his homework, plays games, blah blah blah. So how old do you think he is?
Student in high school. So I'm gonna say 15.
15? Yeah. He's also 17. So yeah, looking at this, The first thing that sticks out to me, I don't know about you, is the wall, the decals. What do you think about that? I get what they're doing. It's supposed to look like the actual map. Yeah. So what do you think of that?
Not my thing. But I would have liked it better if it was kind of centered with the desk, kind of. It would have thrown it off. I kind of see what they're doing, but I would have liked it if it was centered.
Yeah, like the first thing I noticed is that because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, although like that's cool and the Spider-Man thing's cool, it's like, what the hell were you thinking when you put that up? It looks so weird and off. Would have looked a lot nicer if you centered it. That also must have been a bitch to put up. I mean,
oh god, that has to be terrible.
Oh, you have to peel. They're probably all separate pieces, and he's just like, all right, you know what, Brazil's here. I don't really care, so I'm just peeling this off. But now, actually looking at the desk, I love it, but I hate it, and it makes me cringe because the usability doesn't seem to be that good. I mean, do you agree, or do you think it's a nice setup?
Yeah, because it looks like the leg is right in the middle.
Yeah,
it looks like it's two desks actually, right? Is that kind of what it is?
I think so. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So there's a leg in the middle. So when sitting, you're always off center, right? Like unless you're like going to hit it when you're, with your leg if you're sitting there. It's very simple. Usability wise, I don't know how practical it is. Yeah. I'm not crazy about the little corner desk. With the stuff on there.
It's very random.
Very random. Overall, it's the theme aspect, right? And I really don't feel like there's a overall theme with this one.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I noticed with the desk connecting, you get those two big pieces. And the problem with that is your keyboard, the left side is on there. So technically, you're hitting it and it's not even a balanced out keyboard. So it's probably really annoying to type on. The keyboard's like way ahead of the mouse, which I feel like is not the most comfortable thing ever. You might like it. Personally, I don't think it's a good idea. I think the computer is way too big. The tower needs to go elsewhere on the floor or something like that. It's taking up way too much space. And my main thing would be going with what you said about the corner desk. You need just a new desk, and you have that corner. Why not utilize that? It will actually help you center out above the decal, which is always nice. But I feel like you could really benefit from a nice long desk, even maybe an L desk. I don't know what the other side of the room looks like, but it just looks, I mean, the microphone's probably covering a good portion of your screen. Even though it's small, those monitors are pretty damn close to your face. So I can't imagine how that is using on a daily basis, but
yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think of the distance. So yeah,
it's like not, and it's very low. So unless he's like a midget, I'm sure that it's like, I'm sure looking down all the time kind of hurts, So and especially when it's that close, you're constantly moving left and right. So your neck probably hates you. But I would also get like a headphone stand, simple stuff like that. But for the most part, again. All these setups today are just so simple and to the point, and I feel like there's not a lot to say about it. But yeah, you have any final thoughts for him?
No, I mean, pretty much it just get rid of that corner desk, maybe upgrade your main desk, I mean, obviously, and get something, figure out what's going to be the best for a theme. I mean, I think it's cool that map thing is pretty cool, but doesn't really go with anything, and it's not even centered. So
yeah, nice try though. Better luck next time. All right, next setup here submitted by Shawn. This is his little gaming / music workstation. He enjoys playing games like Call of Duty and GTA, Minecraft, and blah blah blah. He's thinking about changing the color of the room, and that's about it. So taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
I'm looking at it now. Trying to figure it out. I would say 16.
15. So right around there. Yeah, his first photos were way nicer, better quality. And then he sent me this updated photo, and it's like a little grainy, not really the best shot ever, but I was going to use the old photos. I would kind of defeat the purpose. Yeah, initial thoughts. What do you think about this?
I see a lot of problems. Yeah. One, the posters. Frame them. Come on. They're cool. I mean, you would get way more points with me if it was framed.
Yeah.
2, the speakers, I'm not crazy about. They look pretty old.
Pretty old, yeah.
3, the cable management. There needs to be a better plan with that. I see a lot of loose cables everywhere.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. The first thing I noticed was the thumbtacks in the poster. I'm like, oh my God, that like kills me on the inside. It's just like boom, boom. Like he's got 4 up on each side.
You just put holes in the wall.
Yeah, no big deal. You know, just some nice little small holes to cover up the whole part. And then I don't even want to know how he's hanging the headphones and the hats. That's probably more thumbtacks pushed right into the wall. Yeah. But you know, about the speakers, this happened on a previous episode not that long ago. Plasti dip them. You know, rip apart, get the plastic shell, plasti dip them black, and then we won't think that they're old. And I said this, I have speakers in my room that are from like the early 90s, but they sound so crisp and they're Bose and they're so good. So if you really do like them, plasti dip them. It's not expensive to do at all. And
no, they're cheap.
Yeah, and then no one could really replicate you unless they buy the same old speakers, you know. Now, this is another one of those desks that confused me because the leg space there, when you are sitting dead center, it's like I feel like that's pretty tight on your legs.
It would, yeah.
I like moving my legs around and not being like stuck in a tight area. So I'm not sure if you have that problem. I mean, I do have pretty big tree trunk legs, so maybe they're perfect for you. And if that's the case, then congratulations, you win.
Maybe you're like straddling the thing. You know, you're like sitting right in the middle like this.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I like that. Yeah, I mean, really, again, another simple setup. The cable management's awful, but that's what happens when you have a desk like this. That's so open. That's why I always recommend the Signum. And people, they hate when I do it, but seriously, you get a Signum, throw the cables in there, and they're off the floor. And that's really key in a setup like this. But I do like the simplicity, the wall color. Is he the one that wanted to change the wall color? Let me see. Oh, yeah.
I like the wall color.
Yeah, he said he was feeling about changing the color of the room. Oh, his original. Wow, okay. His original pictures, the walls were orange.
Oh, boy.
So that was one of the updates. It's gray. Yeah. And, dude, I love it. I think it's perfect gray. And,
big upgrade.
Yeah, and it works great with the posters. And if they were framed, it would look even nicer. And I like that random painting on the right side. I feel like that's a cool little touch. Don't know what the hell it is, but it's interesting.
It's avant-garde.
Whatever that is, yeah.
It's a little different, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Any final thoughts? I can't think of anything else on that setup.
No, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I think with cable management and just changing some things and framing those posters, it would be a major improvement.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next setup submitted by Finlay or Finley. I don't know. I guess Finlay. But yeah, so Finlay is... Doesn't give me any information. How old do you think he is?
Do you have the age?
Yeah, I have the age. I just don't have anything about him.
14.
14? 13. So, again, right around there. Now, I have an old photo I didn't include that was just, like, awful. It was the same setup, just torn to pieces, and it looked awful. And apparently he watched the show, and now he has this setup. So, initial thoughts. What do you think about it?
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
I think there's potential in this one. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of potential.
Agreed.
I just don't know where to begin. I don't. The desk is cool. Mm-hmm. The monitors is cool. His cable management, I don't see any. Not too many cables. Obviously, some in the corner there, but he's done a pretty decent job at that. It's just cleaning it up again.
Yeah, it's basically a replica of earlier today. Yeah. He seems really thirsty. That's like the first thing I noticed. He's got himself some water
very
bottles.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just staying hydrated, and he's self-aware that hydration level is an important thing.
Yeah,
so
and maybe he's very educated in the health department, and that's what he wants to do for a living. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know where to start. There's so much going on here. First off, what's in the briefcase? That's what I want to know.
Where is it? Oh, on the bottom.
Yeah, there's probably something special in there if he's keeping it right by his desk. Maybe he hears the police sirens, he grabs that and runs out the back window.
Yeah.
The PC tower is in an awful spot, and whatever. What is that? A printer? Yeah, HP printer to the left. Awful. Where do you put your legs? Do you have legs? That's my question to you. Because
he's probably resting him right on top.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's uncomfortable. I don't like that, and I feel like. I mean, he's got great displays because they're the 25-inch LGs. I think that they're ultra wides. I could be mistaken, but
they may be. Yeah, they're. I think they're 16 by 10s.
Mm-hmm. So they're like a little lower quality than a normal 31-inch monitor, 34-inch. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it's such an awkward desk that kind of works for you and kind of doesn't. It's just a matter of replacing where things are. Like that briefcase, that's where the PC could go. Put it on the other side. It will make your life a lot easier. The left side's like crowded with a lot of different things. I like it though. I like the sticker bomb shelves with the pop vinyls and all the stuff that you love. And that's what your setup's all about, showing what you like. It's too much for me at initial glance. It's just like, whoa, it's a lot of stuff going on there. But maybe something to go above the dual monitors would look good. And that's the other thing. I was trying to remember. The mouse and the keyboard on different levels drives me insane. I can't.
Yeah.
Keyboard trays?
I can't do it either.
It's like...
So, yeah, I have a keyboard tray in this thing, and I never use it. I mean, I use a laptop. I don't use this, but I tried to use a keyboard. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's because you're at like a different level, especially when you can't put your mouse on the keyboard tray. Obviously, it's a keyboard tray, but it's just like when they're at different levels and you have this thing going in and out, it's just like, I can't deal with that. It drives me insane. So that's one thing I don't like, but you can't really do anything about it because of the way your desk is. It's some odd shape. The backpack's in a weird spot. I mean, everything is just like, you just need to clean it up, just like the other setup. Yeah, I'm going to stop repeating myself. You have any final thoughts for him?
No, I mean the jacket also is a nice touch.
Yeah, really, it just sets
and the chair looks awesome.
Yeah, it
looks comfortable.
And that's the thing. He's 13. It looks like he's got great stuff, honestly. So, just got to make it work now. Make it work. All right, so here we go. Next setup submitted by a fellow Matt, and God, this makes me cringe because not even talking about the setup yet, but the fact that he also wrote his whole email in the subject line. I can't tell you how many people do this.
Is that a thing?
I think it is. I really think it is.
You think it's like an age thing?
It might. Well, when I tell you his age, you're going to be like, oh, maybe it's not an age thing.
Oh,
yeah. It's like, I don't know what it is, but lately I can't tell you how many people do this, and it drives me insane. So, let's see. I don't have anything about him other than his age. So how old do you think he is?
I would say 19.
Right around there. 18. He's 18 and he wrote his whole email in the subject line. And these are the people that we're going to have to trust with our lives soon when they get older.
Yes.
And it's like, please, I'm not trying to be a douche, but please just learn how to use email. I mean, come on. So knowing that he's 18, does that change your view on his setup?
No.
No?
It doesn't.
Okay.
No.
So what do you think about it?
There's a lot going on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot happening. It seems like he started off simple, and he just added stuff and added stuff and added stuff, and it's. I mean, listen, it's clean.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's clean, but I would simplify it a little bit. Again, the poster, not frame.
Yeah, but how bad is that? It's like super wrinkled.
Yeah,
that drives me insane, especially with the glare. Like, why even have it up on your wall? Honestly, it doesn't serve a purpose. This whole setup, like you said, a lot of great stuff. Just he kind of tried to grow into it, and it didn't work. I mean, look at the desk. First off, it has the keyboard tray because you're supposed to sit on the left side. But then he's like, no, I have 2 monitors now. No, now I have 3. No, now I have 4, and I don't know what the hell to do, you know?
And at 5, I mean 5 with the TV.
Yeah, which is not even on. And I feel like when you take a picture, you should have that wallpaper on that TV, and it will look even cooler because you have the green LEDs all around. But I mean, oh my God, this is just way too much.
Way too much.
I mean, I love all the different things that you have, the Fallout stuff. You have the motherboard on the wall, and you have all that cool stuff, and it shows a lot about you, and I really like that. But goddamn, buy a new desk, get a new room, move out.
I like that he's into MMA. He has the BJJ, sticker. He has an MMA sticker there. I like it, but there's a lot happening on the wall.
Yeah, but what's cool about it is now you know more about him by looking at that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what you're doing. You just gotta simplify. I mean, I get it. You're 18. I'm the same way. When I was 18, like, I didn't have the most room ever, but now I stole my parents' shed and things are great. So I don't know. See if your parents have a shed. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, it comes down to space. And for now, maybe you have to downsize. If you really want to keep your setup crazy like it is, then you got to downsize on the extra desk with all the crap on it. the walls are a little too crowded on the right side. Like, I don't even know what half of that stuff is. It's too much for the space that you have.
Too much for the space.
Yeah, but when you get your own place, I am certain it will be epic, and I will need to see updated photos. But for me, at this point, it's the desk, it's the simplifying that needs to happen, and it's a headache, basically. But what are your final thoughts on the setup?
I mean, surprisingly, I think the cable management is not as terrible as it should be.
Especially for that desk.
There's so much stuff. Yeah, especially, and everything is exposed, so he's done a good job of kind of hiding that.
For sure.
It seems like the desk on the side is kind of like a waste, right? With the fallout stuff.
Exactly, yeah, it takes up room.
Yeah, there's nothing really on it except for like a couple things, unless it's, goes beyond the photo. But I would pull back a little bit on that stuff.
Yeah, and if anything, he can make that whole wall where the TV is, like he could get a nice long desk and use that. The triple monitors will be way easier to use. And then you won't have to, you could have it so deep that you don't need something on the right side. And you just go, right up against your bed, basically. But if you're going to move out soon, then don't worry about it. But if you plan on being at your parents' house for a little bit longer, then I'd kind of look into that. But anyways, next and final photo of the episode is submitted by Wreel. I'm going to say it's Wreel.
The Wreel. Yeah, Wreel.
Yes. Interesting name. Don't know where he's from, but he said he's starting a YouTube channel, and he wants to have a nice setup for it. He said that the sheets to hide all the cables, which you can kind of see, he knows that they look awful, but it's a glass desk. He says cable management's awful, and I could agree. Those desks are the hardest thing ever to cable manage. And honestly, I don't hate the sheets. Normally,
no, I don't either.
Yeah, because
you know what? I didn't even notice it that much in the photo, and it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, because what normally happens when people do that is they go with like white, like literally, I swear to God, I don't know, like O-tag and poster boards. People will just lay that across, and it's like, that's not how you do it. Oh my God! But this guy, it looks like he got sheets perfect for it. Nicely attached them so they're not like wrinkled, and that's why you didn't even notice, because it almost looks like it's part of the desk. And that's great. I mean, it really looks super nice. But I gotta be honest. The bold truth with this is just no. It's like the left.
Was that a GFQ joke? By the way?
Yes, it was.
The bold truth.
Yeah, I got you there. Left side though, what do you think of that? It's just craziness, right?
The tissues, not a good touch, especially when it's at a computer desk. I would get rid of the tissues. It's a lot going on the left side. A lot. I mean, you could. It's so easy to remove that, right? Like, get a small little desk or get like a shelf on the side and have everything on there.
Yeah.
Just keep it away. Like, you don't need to have 5,000 controllers on the desk and the headphone. How many controllers? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 4 controllers, and then a PS4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got a lot of stuff happening on that side,
which is good for making your content that you're gonna do. But I forgot to mention, how old do you think he is?
I would go with 18. 18.
He's only 15, which makes it even cooler.
Yeah. What threw me off was a printer. It's a new printer.
Yeah, maybe he cares about it.
Yeah, a lot of times when they're younger, they got a crappier printer.
Maybe he takes school very seriously, and he's like,
possibly could.
Yeah, he's like, you don't know about this fine print. I got this thick paper I'm submitting. But anyways, yeah, it's great that you have all that stuff, because that means you have a lot of things you could use for content for your new YouTube channel, and that's great. I'm sure you're going to do gaming from the looks of it, and I think you're going to do a great job, but you definitely need to work on cleaning that side off. The right side, though, I think is pretty simplistic, straight to the point. You can't fit the speakers standing up. You lay them down, works perfect. They're not covered by anything, so you're getting the full sound. Works great. The PC is on a nice little stand. Perfect. Not on the carpet. For the most part, though, it's just like, get storage. You need storage, and if you get that, you're all set. So I can't.
He could do stuff with the walls too. I mean, do something more with the walls.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that, but what do you think he should do other than, because I always say posters and I get so much hate for saying that every single time.
Dude, I don't think there's anything wrong with posters. Just again, we're not saying like tack them on. I'm saying frame them and add something different to the wall. I'm not crazy about the color, but again, he's young and that's the color that his parents picked, so he can't do anything. But you can kind of do something. add a little lighting to it, put some posters in frames on the wall.
Shelves,
Shelves, maybe a little bit of that. And turn the monitors on, right?
Yeah, seriously. Presentation again.
Presentation.
If you're showing us the setup, show it at its best. That's like you take a picture of yourself right when you wake up to post on the internet versus something of you like later in the day, your hair's all done. Like, no, you want to make sure you look the best. And I feel like people need to start doing that with their setups. But for the most part, man, it is really a great setup. And what's fun about it for you is you're starting a YouTube channel, which is always exciting. And you're also at that point where you still have so much you could do to your setup. And like right now, I don't have much I could do to mine. So I don't really have, any fun things to look forward to. But you still have a lot of fun ahead of you. And why not film yourself updating the setup and put it on your YouTube channel?
Little by little. And you don't have to spend money to do these updates. I get it. Even here, we're redoing our studio now. We're halfway through because this thing is falling apart over here. But I just did one wall, and I probably spent $13 on a frame, and I moved some other stuff, and I put it on the wall, cleaned it up a little bit. Literally, I spent $20,
and that's it. And it looks way different.
And it will look, totally different.
So there you go, guys. It's not hard, and that's why a lot of people think, the way to get a great score on Pimp My Setup is money, and it's really not. It really isn't. It's all about hitting the 5 categories on the head, which is what we're going to talk about right now. The scores. Going to the first one, Malek or whatever, Malik, I guess, got an 84. Brandon got a 58. Eoin got an 87 and first place. Artem got a 78, Shawn got a 65, Finlay got a 54, Matt got a 66, and Wreel, it got real for him because he got a 44. But again, it all comes down to those categories. Like, for instance, out of sight, out of mind for Wreel, he got a 2 out of 10. And he got that because, oh my God, clean up your damn room. So really, it's not hard to get good scores. Make sure your wires are good. Everything. You don't have stuff on your desk that you don't need. Make sure it's usable. You have some good accessories, and you have a coherent theme, which is really, really important. So overall, that was a fun episode. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Dude, I had so much fun. I would love to do it again. This was so much fun. And listen, you're in New York, so we got to get together.
For sure. Yeah, definitely going to happen soon.
You're not too far from me.
Yeah.
You're not too far from me.
I'm willing to make it happen. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode 101, recorded live on May 12th, 2016. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And I'm Andrew Zarian. You can find me on Twitter at Andrew Zarian.
Boom. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.